Darwin Sujiman Bieng, your freelance newsreader. Top story number 1, Palestinian flag in Malaysia. A post on X has shown Malaysian flag, widely called Jalur Gemilang, glorious stripes, side by side with a Palestinian flag on every floor of a high-rise apartment block drew mixed response. This is because we feel the suffering of Palestinians whose rights have been denied and their dignity tarnished by Zionists, said Dr. Khalil. Malaysians, including Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's government, has been increasingly vocal in their support for Palestine since the war began. However, another user posted, I am not cool with another country's flag being raised for our Merdeka alongside our Jalur Gemilang. Top story number 2, prison inmate. More support will be given to prison inmates and their families to cut the risk of intergenerational offending after studies show a high rate of criminality among students with drug-abusing parents. Mr. Teo was referring to a landmark study by MSF and the National Council for Social Service. Close to 94,000 parents and about 183,000 of their children. Mr. Teo said Yellow Ribbon Singapore partners trade association and offer 6,500 employers from various industries to facilitate job placement for former offenders after release. The event is a good opportunity for Singapore Prison Service to share with its foreign counterpart the Singapore correctional model, which guided by rehabilitation and operational approach. Top story number 3, Tipsy Collective. A legal battle has erupted for the control of homegrown hospitality group Tipsy Collective, a year after the firm's co-founder and former group chief executive Derek Ong passed away. The group's other co-founder and executive chairman, David Gan Chin Liang, 32, has applied for an interim court injunction against several Indonesian stakeholders who he claims in court documents are attempting to seize control of the board. Following Mr. Ong's death, his widow purportedly sold his share to Steady Property, Novus, and White Rock in March 2024. Mr. Gan said in his court submission that the Indonesian shareholders sent him a memo in May 2024, informing him that he was removed as a director of the company. He claimed that this would breach a clause of the shareholders' agreement. If the defendants are allowed to breach the shareholders' agreement, he would lose control of the board and the company he founded. A case conference where court will decide what happened next will take place on September 11. Tipsy Collective run 10 restaurants and bars here, 4 of which are located in the heartland, including Tipsy Unicorn, a 90,000 square feet beach club on Sentosa Siloso Beach. Top story number 4, German politics. Stuttgart. Germany's long-feared political earthquake has finally arrived. For the first time since World War II, a far-right political movement has scored electoral victory in one of the country's component states. With all the ballots in the September 1st state election in Thuringia now counted, the far-right Alternative for Germany (AfD) won 32.8% of the vote, trouncing the country's mainstream parties. The Alternative for Germany also made substantial gain in the neighboring state of Saxony, where it attracted 30.7% of the ballot, just 1 percentage point less than the Christian Democrats. In strictly legal terms, the latest ballots do not affect Germany's national government, led by Chancellor Olaf Scholz from Social Democrats (SPD). Furthermore, both Thuringia and Saxony are states in what used to be communist-ruled East Germany, where the AfD and other previously fringe political movement has always done well. However, it confirmed a broader European trend of voting for extremist political movements espousing anti-migrant and particularly anti-Islam policies. Altogether, therefore, about a third of all Germans are now inclined to vote for fringe movement or either the extreme left or right, an astonishing situation for a country which, due to its tragic history, has now shied away from supporting extremes. Top story number 5, Deng Xiaoping legacy in China. Deng Xiaoping is not only widely regarded as the architect of economic reform in modern China, but also respected for his view on the need for collective leadership in the Communist Party of China (CPC). Learning from Deng, the party must have a core. The party's central committee must have authority. This is in stark contrast to 2004 symposium when his predecessor, Mr. Hu, quoted Deng as saying, "The individual is a member of collective. Nothing can be done by one person." And noted American political scientist Susan saw a key Deng legacy as his effort to decentralize authority, check dictatorial power, and institutionalize regular peaceful leadership succession after the excess of Mao era. But Xi Jinping had been widely viewed as implementing one-man rule. Xi Jinping was cherry-picking from Deng Xiaoping's speech and omitting Deng's other important dictums to support his current stance on Chinese elite politics. He noted that Deng himself was a strongman leader, and the Tiananmen incident in 1989 would not have taken place without his authorization. Mr. Xi said, "Comrade Deng Xiaoping led the party and the people in firmly opposing the chaos, resolutely defending the socialist state power, and ensuring that the party and the country withstood severe tests of turbulent storm. In Xi's case, the collective leadership he had witnessed under immediate predecessor caused Hu Jintao's inability to impose his personal authority on the rest of the regime, leading to political gridlocks and opportunistic power struggle, as well as believing he is the best person to lead China for immediate future. Xi obviously prefers to avoid Hu's reign without rule," said Dr. Cha. Top story number 6. Repsol, Cartagena plant in Spain. Some of its rivals have closed traditional oil refineries, but Repsol plans to gradually retrofit its facilities to produce greener fuel from various forms of waste and eventually so-called e-fuel. In the early days of brewing fuel for trucks and airplanes from what formerly garbage, it's quite flexible, he said. "We are currently using cooking oil, but we can use other waste." The alternative fuel that companies like Repsol are proposing are relatively easy way to meet the EU requirements because they give customers who purchase them a green credential with little effort. That solution is particularly welcome in the areas of transportation like aviation. Analysts say that will face decades of difficulty in their conversion to new energy sources such as electricity or hydrogen. You can use it in the same aircraft with the same engine and the same airport's infrastructure. But the question about how availability and sourcing of the waste, like used cooking oil, are potentially stumbling block for the industry. Cartagena plant will play an important role in transportation well into the future. Top story number 7. Unmanned aircraft UA. From December 2025, users of unmanned aircraft UA such as drones must comply with new regulation requiring unmanned aircraft weighing more than 250 grams to have digital license plate. These measures aims to improve aviation and public safety and security Singapore, the CAAS said, Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore. When unmanned aircraft is in flight, the digital license plate, known as Broadcast Remote Identification (BRID), transmit information such as the UA's position and the location of the operator. BRID use Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology to share information. The number of registered unmanned aircraft in Singapore has ballooned from 8,200 in December 2020 to 24,500 in July 2024. Drone groups are panicking about the potential rising cost of taking up drone flying as a hobby. Darwin Sugiman BN, sign off, your freelance newsreader.